Good morning. I didn't bother vlogging yesterday because I did and then just erased it because I didn't have anything to share. There was nothing new. And there probably won't be anything really new today, except that I'm hassling with trying to get my lab work done. All these labs, I don't know what they're going to cost, and I'm not going to just hope that Medicare is going to pay for them, so I'm trying to get that worked out. I'm going to have to go through my GP and have her write out a script for these labs because the nurse practitioner said that Medicaid doesn't work through her. I'm confused. Anyway, so hopefully I can get that figured out today. That's my big doings. The night before last, I got no sleep. I tossed and turned, and I shouldn't say I didn't get any sleep, but it felt like I was awake more than asleep, so I was really wiped yesterday, bad. I don't know what bad means because I'm bad every day, but I guess it was worse. But I slept last night better than usual. So the way I feel right now is I woke up with anxiety. That's what I do, and my anxiety seems to be a little bit higher, but that's not unusual. It happens quite often. Head's not really crazy, and I'm not really off balance as of yet, but that can change in literally a heartbeat. So, having a lot of problems with my mom. Got another call yesterday morning. I won't go into the detail, but her dementia's getting worse. And we're, as I've said before, it's all on my shoulders, and I'm trying to work it out. I went over, ran to the store again. I feel like I'm going to the store every 5 minutes because there's always something that an aide says, oh, she's out of. Well, could you write a whole list? Because I'm going to the grocery store 15 times a week just for her. And the woman doesn't need a lot. But anyways, I ran to the grocery store. I had to get some things for myself too anyway, and then stopped at her apartment yesterday evening. I was able to do that. But I'm really, the stress of worrying about her is just an added thing that nobody needs. So I'm going to be getting on the treadmill soon. And then I am really going to get into the sauna. I tried yesterday, didn't, because my head was really bad again yesterday. So I'm gonna make myself get in the sauna today. Someone made a comment on a Lyme support group that said, when you're taking ABX, you're in Herx 100% of the time. I've never heard that. And then he put up some post on, the science behind that. But yeah, that was his comment. If you're taking antibiotics, you are herxing 100% of the time. Interesting. That's an interesting theory. Great. Good to know. Good to know that I'm herxing 24/7. Anyway. This is becoming more and more. Maybe the antibiotics is clearing crap out of my sinuses or something. Ain't doing anything else, but maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch back up to you later. Just wanted to pop in, say good morning. Just finished the treadmill. Thought I'd pop in. I gotta read some information that the nurse practitioner left on my email in regards to LDN and a couple other things, but I also gotta go send a message on the patient portal to my GP and try to explain. I left a message for them to call me in her office, but I know that she checks the portals if she's not even in the office. Anyways, I gotta leave a long, detailed message to her on the patient portal about these labs. And And although that sounds like not a big deal, any of you who are going through this like me, you know that all that affects my vestibular system. Reading, typing, scrolling, all of it. It's not easy. So I got to do that. That's my next step of the day. And then sometime after lunch, I'm going to get in the sauna. And again, something simple can wipe me out. And then I need to take a shower and wash my hair because I plan on dyeing this crap hair tomorrow. I think I dyed it and it's only been like 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks since I dyed it, I think. Need to do that tomorrow. So I'll pop in again later. Bye-bye. Yep, it's that time again. Time to do the dry brushing. And then I'm going to get in the sauna. And 130 degrees for 30 minutes. Which is pretty good because that's hot. That's hot when you're fully submerged, so to speak, in the hot box. A friend and I were talking earlier and talking about past life, what we took for granted, when we would complain. It brought me up to mind because I was watching somebody else's vlog about what they did in their past life, and I worked in early childhood education my whole life. I worked in, started out as babysitting as a teenager, early teen and preteen, etc. And then never got a degree, went to school for it, but never got my degree in early childhood education, but started working in a daycare center and moved up in the ranks, ending up becoming a program coordinator for a program that was for teen moms, which was very gratifying. But I also had 3 children at the time. And, it became overwhelming trying to work full time and get sitters and, all that. So then I quit all that and started working when the kids were all in school. I started volunteering full time at the Christian private school that they were attending. And I taught, because it was a private Christian school, you didn't have to have a degree to teach as long as you had somebody who had a degree who was over you. So I literally taught 1st and 2nd grade for years. I mean, not, all by myself. I taught. And my husband was working in a job that he literally was 8 to 8. And sometimes later, every day. So the kids were young and little, and 90% of it was on my shoulders. I would trade that in a second. Instead of this flippin' lifestyle I have now. Be careful for what you wish for, right? Because, I was like, oh, I'm so tired, and oh, I can't wait till the kids get older, and more. I miss bath time at night with my kids. I miss cuddling up in bed and reading stories to them. I read to my kids since the time they could even open their eyes. I started reading and singing to my kids, and I miss all that. And now this is what I get to look forward to. This is my big part of the day, right? And I had such high hopes with having grandchildren that it would move on to that. With my grandson, my oldest grandson, it did. He spent a lot of time here. He spent a lot of nights overnight with me. that first 2 years of his life, read to him, sang to him, so it was, and then I got sick. Nobody, they don't spend the night. Not because they can't, it's because I won't let them because I'm too sick. Can't deal with if they get up in the middle of the night or get up early with them and have to get them breakfast and take care, I can't do it. Talk about a broken heart. My heart is so broken. And so this morning, praying to God, when is enough? When is it enough, Lord? Have we not suffered long enough? How long is enough? My vlogs always go back to being whining. I'm sorry. That's all it is. You'll be the first to know when it doesn't do that anymore. Well, I'm going to dry brush now. No, I'm not naked, believe me. And I'll pop back in when I'm in the sauna, covered in sweat. But I'm just reflecting on, when you hit, I'll be 60 this year. Just turned 59 a month ago. So I'm already saying 60. But I'll be 60 this year. And, when you're 30 and you're 40, you can't imagine how fast that time is going to fly by. And then all of a sudden, you're 60. And you have so much time behind you and not a lot of time ahead of you. And being chronically ill, you don't want to think about the time ahead of you. You want it to just end. You're just like, I'm done. I was watching the vlog from a month ago when I saw the GP, and she literally said, she kind of just went like this. With a flat hand, went like this. And even with a flat hand, I can feel the bumps and the knot. But she said, yeah, those feel like knots and your herniated discs, remember? So I was watching that video of me leaving that doctor's appointment and thinking, what the heck? So another whole month has gone by that's been wasted, and these have just gotten worse, and now I have one under this armpit. Probably more if I could really look for them. It's not like the neck. The neck is bad. But now I'm getting good at finding them. It's like, okay, that's not normal. Man, that's not normal. But this side, like always, this side is just, you don't even have to look. They're sticking out right there. I mean, it's like about this big. It feels like a hard pebble, the nodule. Yeah, that big. It's pretty big. They're all over. Anyway, I don't know why I'm flopping all over the place. I'm just thinking that I feel like time has been wasted. Me going to the chiropractor, which I'm supposed to go back tomorrow, and I will go back to let her evaluate my lower back, but I don't need to go back for my neck anymore. Because yes, I have herniated discs, but the discs are not causing this crap. So, I'll see you in a few minutes. Got a dry brush. And away we go. 29 more minutes to go. Did I say earlier 130 for 30 minutes? No. 120 for 30 minutes. And I just worked up to that. Yeah, I don't think I could handle 130. Not in here. My husband does 130. I think my husband does 130. I can't handle that. Anyway, see you later. I'm all nice covered with sweat and the toxins are flooding out of my body. Oh, and I will do the mermaid siren sometime soon for your viewing enjoyment. Cannot be outdone by other people, may I? Can I? Anyways, see you in a little while. Okay, that's done. It's funny because it does bring up your heart rate, so it's almost like a workout in a sense. I mean, it's working out your heart when it brings your heart rate up like that. And I mean, it doesn't get my heart rate up high. I think it was like 90, which is high for me since my resting is anywhere between 68, 72, somewhere around there. But anyways, I'm done. And as you can see, I'm up on my bed because it's that time of the afternoon. I think that I'll hold off and do the shower tomorrow. Actually, what am I talking about? I have to shower off. But you gotta wait at least 20 to 30 minutes. So that's why I put my clothes back on, because I don't want to sit around in a towel the whole time. And like I said, I basically sweat on my head. A little bit on my arms, but I don't get all full body sweat. I don't know why I'm telling you all this TMI. Anyways, so I guess I really do need to jump in the shower. Oh God, to be able to nap. I really am so envious of you who nap. If I could just lay down and take a nap, because I feel like I could, but I could try, but it won't happen. And then I wake up, because I would call it a toxic nap. Because if I did nap, I'd wake up 15 minutes later feeling worse. So I would call it a toxic nap. So itchy. Man, I've been itchy like crazy lately. It's gotta be the dry air. I need a humidifier in my bedroom. The little oil diffuser lets off some moisture into there, but not enough. And actually, I boiled a pot of water on my stove today to get some moisture into the air, but not enough. Upstate New York, Central New York. Don't ever move here. Whenever I meet anyone who actually moved here on purpose, I always say, what would possess you? Why would you ever come here? I was born and raised here, and I'm stuck here due to family obligations, but you didn't have to come. Why did you come here? Because this is, people say, oh, New York State, it's a pretty state. Yeah, certain areas, but where I live, it ain't pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's lakes around here, and we can go to the lakes, and the lakes are pretty, yes. But there's nothing like, some of you can just walk out your front door and look out in your backyard and see mountains and, gorgeous scenery. My backyard is my neighbor's houses. Man, do I go from one subject to the next, don't I? Wow, I am a dog that just saw a squirrel. 1 minute I'm talking about taking a shower, next minute I'm talking about looking at mountains. Anyway, my head, so we'll give the gauge of 1 to 10. Today's been about a 3 as far as the head is involved. A 3. I have not had I'm going to have a coma feeling all day long. I've had off balance, which that just never goes away. I've had all the other stuff, but oh, where'd that come from? But I haven't had the coma feeling. Knock on wood. Because that could change. We know how that works. So, anyway. Where am I? So I'm going to have to jump in the shower in a about a half an hour after my body cools down more, and wash my hair. Oh, I know. You're not supposed to use soap, not supposed to blah, 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 but I have to wash my hair because I have to have it dyed tomorrow. I have got. And it's probably going to come out jet black. So I'm going to warn you, it's going to be really dark, but anything's better than this 5 tones. I got, I don't even know what this color is here compared to this color here. And then you got the gray. See, I'm being real transparent for you people. There, what do you think of that? Huh? Isn't that pretty? That's what's being almost 60. Well, not almost. That's what, but 59. I'm going to start telling people I'm 60. And I just turned 59. That's what 60 looks like. Although I will say, the 60s of today are not the 60s of my mother's time. When my mother was 60, I certainly would not have worn anything she was wearing, okay? Never, ever, ever would I have wanted to trade clothes, share clothes, or wear any of her clothes. My daughters and I, if I could fit into their clothes, we would. I mean, not everything, clearly. My younger daughter is quite the hotsy-totsy. She takes after her mother. When I was in my younger age, 20s, I dressed very revealing. I was not saved. And the tighter and the shorter, I mean, I weighed like 103 pounds. And I'm 5'5" and a half. So I wore so my younger daughter dresses like, but my point is, my mother at 60 is completely different than me at 60. Again, I'm not even 60, I just turned 59. Why am I pushing it? I guess 60 sounds easier to say. Anyway, I need to put the castor oil compress on my neck. And so that's that. I've been just babbling along. Talked about my early years. Just told you a little bit more about when I was in my 20s. Oh, here's something. Since I'm sharing my life, I had my oldest out of wedlock. That term, do they even use that term anymore? Because now it's not even a thing. But yeah, my high school sweetheart ended up being a dink, a true dink, and left me high and dry when I got pregnant. And now, all these years later, he reaps the benefits of me raising that girl by myself, for the most part, until I met Sid. Praise God, I met Sid. And Sid just took her in as his own. His whole family did. And he never legally adopted her, but she always called him Dad. He was her dad. It was just, that's how it was. She thinks of him as her dad. But as I was saying, all these years later, the dink gets to reap the benefits of being a grandfather, Papa Tony, and he's never once apologized to me. Never once came to me and said, thank you for what you did. And, I'm sorry for what I did. Never. And he owes it to me. And I know I'm supposed to not hold a grudge, but I do. It's hard when you're 21 years old and all alone and working a full-time job and got this, 1-bedroom apartment and a run-down piece of junk car because you refuse to move home. You're not going to, let everybody else take care of you when the person who's supposed to be helping me wouldn't. So I just was so independent. I just did it on my own. And when I hear that they've spent time together, they've gone to his house or he's gone to their house, I can't help but get mad. 'Cause it's like, how dare you? So that's another little part of my life that you get to hear. And what does it have to do with Lyme? Absolutely nothing. Has absolutely nothing to do with nothing. But I'm just wasting time because I didn't vlog yesterday. So now I'm just blapping along about who I am and where I came from. Sometime I'll tell you my testimony. That's something that would be encouraging and uplifting and edifying. Maybe I could give you something that's edifying. But now I'm going to go get in the shower. I may not see you again, so unless some earth-shattering thing happens, I'm going to sign off now and say, have a great rest of the evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you'd like. And Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.